In a quiet forest where tall trees whispered secrets and moss blanketed the ground like a soft green rug, there stood a small wooden cottage with a big square window. Inside that cottage lived a curious girl named Lila. She had bright eyes full of wonder and a heart that loved simple things, like rainy days, warm mugs of cocoa, and books filled with magical tales. One afternoon, dark clouds rolled in over the treetops, and the wind began to hum through the branches. Rumble. A soft thunder growled in the sky. Lila looked up from her window seat and smiled. "It's coming," she whispered to her cat, Whiskers, who was snoozing lazily on a patch of sunlight. Soon tiny raindrops began tapping gently on the window, like little fingers knocking politely. Tip-tap, tip-tap. Then the rain poured harder, splashing against the glass like a waterfall's dance. Lila jumped up excitedly. This was her favorite kind of afternoon. She lit a tall candle and turned on the little lamp by the window. The golden glow filled the room, making everything feel warm, even though it was chilly outside. She placed a pot of water on the stove and waited for it to bubble. While it heated, she picked out her favorite mug, one painted with stars and moons, and prepared her cocoa. A swirl of steam curled into the air, carrying the sweet scent of chocolate. With her drink ready, Lila grabbed a thick, cozy blanket and wrapped herself up like a burrito. She opened her favorite storybook, one she had read 100 times, but loved more with each reading, and began to read aloud. Once upon a time, in a forest not so different from ours. As she read, the candle flickered softly. Whiskers padded over to the desk and curled up beside the mug, his tail twitching every time thunder rolled outside. Just then, something magical happened. The raindrops on the window began to shimmer. Lila blinked and leaned in. Were they dancing? She stared closer. The drops began forming tiny shapes, little animals. There was a fox, a frog, and even a bird made of pure water. They swirled and twirled across the glass, acting out scenes from her book as she read. The squirrel built a raft of twigs and leaves and set sail across the lake that had once been just a puddle. The raindrop animals showed the brave squirrel paddling through splashes and waves, his tiny leaf flag fluttering in the wind.